I heard someone say YouTube is the closest thing we have to a time machine. When you think about it, people are going to watch this video, 30, 40 years from now maybe, and see exactly how we felt at this point in time. And that's crazy to me.
2020. If I could describe 2020 in one word, movie.
Read the room. Wait, that's 3 words.
الحالة في الحالة والقالة بالفتعة. Bruv, I would have to speak Arabic.
Bro, this year started off as a L, and that's how it just carried on.
There is not going to be a year like 2020. It's supposed to be my year, and it starts off like this.
If you're a kid watching this in 2060 and you studied 2020 as a history, so in, because 2020 is a fat chapter.
This is history, fam. This is going into history.
2020 started off as an L because right off the bat, we've had World War III.
And congratulations, you're in World War III. You're in World War III.
It started off in the first week.
And it was all over social media. And social media did not take the situation serious. Iran and America were on the brink of war. Like, we actually thought this might turn into World War III.
The US started off by targeting one of Iran's, one of their commanders, their top commander, and they killed him. So then obviously Iran retaliated.
And it wasn't even a joke.
And what they did was they fired dozens of ballistic missiles at Iraq's military base, which was housing US troops. But fam, us being us, we started making jokes about it.
Bro, we would have people be trolling Trump's tweets and Iran's tweets, and I'm genuinely convinced that Trump was gonna start World War III just because of Twitter. But the tweets were funny, I can't lie. Those tweets, oh my days, hilarious. I can't lie, I made a few tweets of my own. Wait, did they blow?
You guys need to bear in mind, this was in the first week. Literally at the beginning of 2020. So, it had a mad start. So I thought, raw, what is this?
And then obviously that situation died down.
We say bye-bye to World War III. It's not gonna happen.
We go on about our lives, and we hear about this new virus.
Early February, this is when I first heard of coronavirus. So we thought, light work, innit? It's nothing too deep.
And at this time, it was still in China, a coronavirus.
Once again, social media. Who would have thought? Makes fun of coronavirus. You'd see memes where people are literally, where a Chinese person would cough and people would run. Just stuff like that.
And we just thought, that's China's business. They have a virus. It's bad in that, but it's not a pandemic. It's not international. You understand? Boy, we were wrong.
Coronavirus.
3 more people have tested positive in the UK for coronavirus.
And the UK, them man, they took it lightly. Them man took it lightly. Boris Johnson did nothing at the beginning.
That guy is just a joke, man. Boris, if you're watching this, you're a joke, man.
This fat shit.
And I remember we made a video when there was around 100 deaths to see how people felt, and people didn't think of it as something massive, it was normal.
So how has the coronavirus impacted your life? So what has changed?
This isn't the apocalypse.
It took around 2 weeks for it to spread so quick. I remember the first case that got found in London. Fam, that's when everyone started actually getting scared. Then the second case happened where the guy took a cab to hospital, and then that's when everyone thought, yep, it's game over.
And it became something very, very serious.
Who knew it was gonna be actually this man? Now we're in lockdown.
From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home. You should not be meeting friends. If your friends ask you to meet, you should say no.
The lockdown was on for 2 months, I think, a month around there. Boom, Boris comes and does the little talking thing he does.
Boris Johnson said, stay at home, and if your friends say come out, say no.
Sometimes I don't even understand this fatty, fam. I can't even lie to you, I was very happy being in a lockdown. I was thinking, boom, no more uni.
You're going to be studying from home.
When it started hitting people, I would never think it would hit people that I know.
And then it starts to escalate, and the death toll increases mad.
And I'm hearing a lot of parents dying. I'm hearing people, say, I think I've got it.
People I know, people I'm close to, and I'm seeing tweets everywhere. My mum's passed away, my father's passed, grandparents passed away.
That's when you clock, yo, this is not a joke.
It's still going on. Like, the lockdown is still a thing. Now we're in June, in the middle of the year, and it's still going on. You know, this coronavirus is still, like, it's here and that.
And so you're stuck at home, you're forced to be on social media.
Because, you know, people are just bored in lockdown.
You've got nothing to do. Like with boredom comes dumb stuff like trying to draw people out or beef, and surely enough, cancel culture happened.
In May, this is when cancel culture came around.
Again, but this time on a much bigger scale, like, and this was very Britain specific.
Black influencers were getting targeted on Twitter.
Old tweets were leaked.
Of them making racial remarks.
You know what I didn't like about it? Obviously, like, can't hold people to account.
Obviously, if someone's doing something wrong, you know, they should be called out for it. As an influencer, you do have some sort of responsibility. There's a lot of people that are looking up to these influencers and, you know, try to learn from them. And the message you put out there is very important. You need to be careful what you say. But
I didn't like the fact that it was just female influencers that were affected the most.
there were male influencers that done way worse.
It wasn't a massive thing, but as soon as it was people like Nella Rose,
She was being tarnished on Twitter.
a lot of people were talking about a dead mum. Later on, it turned out that her dad was dying. Deeper, people dragging your dead mum whilst your dad, bro. Like, I hate social media,
And that's one of the main reasons why I'm not on Twitter.
and it just shows that that a lot of the people who were drawing it out weren't pissed about her tweets. Because if you're angry about being colorist and drawing out someone's dead mum, like, your morals are not in the right place.
People just jump on the bandwagon for no absolute reason. Most of them are just clout chasing.
Like, it just shows people want to see people's downfall.
And most people didn't even care about it like that.
Her being colorist, they just wanted a reason to drag her.
And then we go into June, which is the month we're in now.
May, June was a turning point in history for American politics, and especially black American politics. And I'm saying this not knowing if it's actually going to be a milestone, but I hope you kids watching this in 2060 are gonna be watching this thinking, yeah, it was a milestone. Yeah, we know about George Floyd. Yeah, we know about 2020 and the Black Lives Matter movement.
George Floyd was murdered by a police officer.
A guy who was minding his business, he went shopping, and a police officer just killed him.
A police officer kneeled. He kneeled on George Floyd's neck for almost 9 minutes.
If you have your knee on someone's neck, bro, that's not a joke. You are not trying to stop him from doing nothing, but you're trying to kill him.
Bro, one knee on the guy's neck, and he's just... The guy's face, I still remember his facial expression.
That's your neck, fam. You see it in MMA, that is illegal. You can't put your knee into someone's neck, that's illegal. Officers, they know that. Officers, they know how dangerous it is. Bro, they get taught this. And this guy had his neck for minutes.
Well, the guy didn't see him as a human, I can tell, because of the colour of his skin. It was cold-blooded murder. Man, couldn't talk about this.
Your hands behind your back, and you're telling them, stop, I can't breathe. Bro, he wanted to kill him.
And the worst thing about it is the police officer was about to get away with it. Literally, he was about to get away with murder.
This is not the first case as well, that's a mad thing. This thing is not the first case. Like, it's been multiple cases that haven't been recorded.
Because it's been happening. And it will always happen until we speak up and put a stop to it.
The Black Lives Matter movement right now, it's not just about George Floyd. George Floyd is the tip of the iceberg. This is something that's been happening and people been hurting, especially African Americans. And so they've had enough, and people went out protesting, rioting. People were just angry, and anyone who's watched the video who's got, if you're not racist, that video had to anger you, and if you weren't angry, well, then you have no regard for human life, or you don't see black people as equal. That's all it is.
You don't have to be black to be screaming Black Lives Matter. See what I'm saying? Like, it's these police officers are doing the most, and you're just sitting there doing nothing.
Let's keep on 4 police officers. None of them were arrested. They walked free. And then, following the protests, he was arrested.
They were gonna trial him for third-degree murder after all the protests. You know, now they're trialing for second-degree, because if it wasn't for the protests, he would have got away with nothing.
You watching this in 2060, you will know whether he's been indicted or not. Because right now, we'll have to see. I hope he never walks free.
Fam, 2020 is piglets against humans. That's what it is, I can't even lie to you. And slap the racist people with the piglet.
I don't want anyone to say, Britain is different, we're the least racist. Bro, least racist where? It might not be as bad as America, but America is bad. Why would you only compare yourself to the worst country when it comes to that? And the thing with Britain is they're so covertly racist, like, they won't show you how racist they are, and they'll make you feel crazy for thinking Britain's racist. But it's all so subtle. Why do we need to wait for police to blatantly kill us for us to wake up to it? Like, why do you need that? And cases like Shukri Abdi, a Somali girl, an innocent Somali girl that was drowned by her classmates, and the police closed the investigation within days. It was closed. They said, yeah, calm, nah, nothing happened.
She was killed, and her voice has not been heard. She was drowned, and bite marks were found on her body. The police closed the case by saying that she went into the river, and because her mum did not understand the system, she wasn't cared about. Our voices matter, our lives matter.
That is murder.
And if that was a white girl, bro, you think they'll let that slide? They're still looking for that girl.
The Madeleine McCann case has been described as strange and intimidating by people in the Portuguese village where he stayed around the time of the child's disappearance in 2007.
Well, they looked for 13 years, and they didn't want to open a case for a killed black girl when there was blatant evidence. Like, if that's not institutional racism, I don't know what is, for real.
Hopefully we get justice, man. Like, I don't know when this shit is gonna stop, but
This is where social media gets important. This is where it becomes significant.
I feel like if it wasn't for social media, the Black Lives Matter movement or the case of George Floyd wouldn't have been as big as it is right now. Because the media would just cover up.
News outlets, they try to change the narrative. What they try to do is push a narrative of showing black people as barbaric, as violent, when they show footage of looting and rioting and buildings being burned down, shops being broken into and people stealing. That stuff is just stupid. Why are you focusing on that? Focus on the sole reason why people are angry. People have a right to be angry.
2020 is a year I've realised the impact social media has. And there's a lot of people that use it for dumb stuff, for stupid stuff. But then again, there are a good amount of people that use it to campaign, to push charity. And it makes you think like, bro, like, that's us. We can finally do something about it. And if one positive has to come out of 2020, I really hope it's institutional change. Because this can't go on anymore. This is crazy, man.
Yeah, man, I can honestly say I don't think anyone could have predicted this. For us from 2019 to jump into 2020 and for us to go through all these things. Let's see what happens at the end of 2020. Let's see where else this year takes us. And hopefully from this point on, it just gets better, man.